All right, what's up, amazing ballroom dancers? Alexey is here, and welcome back to Ballroom with Alexey. We are continue our episodes on musicality. We are learning, we are trying to get more knowledge, more theoretical knowledge on what is the beat, what is measures, and stuff like that. So make sure to go check out my first and second episode, because this episode is going to be directly connected to all of the previous ones. So what we're going to do today or right now is we're going to break down one beat into the half beats and then into the quarter beats. So basically, so far we've figured out that we have our four beats. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That all makes a measure. So now what we're going to do, we're going to break down. I'm going to take two beats, 1 and 2, and in distance between them, right, we're going to create this half beat, which is going to count called end. So, right, so what it's going to be? It's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So everywhere between those beats, in distance between two beats, we're going to create another beat, another sound, additional sound, the end sound. Yes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and here will be another and we go again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, good. So now using our Block Waves app, we're going to be able to actually hear those beats. Okay, so here's our straightforward cowbell beat. Right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to add another sound. This is going to be a slam shaker. Right, this shaker is making sound exactly on count end. Okay, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So what we can say that straightforward 4-count beat is there no matter what, right? But we just have this additional end, which is as well always there, even if it's not there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So same way when we have this and, we can count just 4 beats. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So in our super composition, we as well have that. So we have this 1, 2 and 3 and shaker, right? So it's hidden. It's always there. Let's try to find it. So when everything is turned on, it's still there. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So I'm turning everything off and just leaving some melody, piano, and our straight beat, which is 4-count beat, melody, and ends. Ta, 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 ta. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2, right? So basically, we just break down our one beat into the half beats. So now, next step is to breaking down this into quarter beats. So we'll make another 2 extra sounds if we will divide one beat into the 4 equal beats, and it's going to be like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So now this distance we will divide into the 4 equal parts. So we'll have like an extra things here, and we're going to call this one E and this one A. So we're going to have 1 E and A 2. right? 1 E and 2. 1 E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, and so on. So we have 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and right? So this is super important to be able to recognize this E and counts as well. Okay, so let's hear how it's going to be in our app. So we're gonna go to the right here, and we're gonna play. So here's our 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this is our cowbell. Then we have our shaker on end, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now we're gonna add a hi-hat. Hi-hat drum on every quarter beat, okay? So it goes like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1E and 1E and the 2E and the 3. Too fast. So we go 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and the 5E and the 6E and the 7E and the 1E and the 2E. So those are quarter beats. So here's a perfect representation of straight beat, half beat, shaker, right? And quarter beats, which is hi-hat. Super fast, right? By the way, what is tempo? We're going to talk about tempo a little bit. So we can speed it up a little bit if it's not fast enough for us, right? Or we can slow it down. This is basically what tempo means, right? So we all understand this. So we can 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and the, right? So what I recommend for you to do. So any song will have that. Our super hit has all of those sounds as well. Even though they're not as well pronounced, they are still there. They are here. So what we have to do, we're gonna find one straight beat. Woo! So we have like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Right? So now on E and A, we're gonna just use our knees action. 1E and the 2E and the right? So we're not going to be always using all quarter beats in a row, but it's important for us to try our best to be able to recognize all of those beats and try to be able to feel it. So we have 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4, 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4, right? So, and as well, another important message here is that it's always underneath of any music, any song, there will be always those straight beats, quarter beats, and half beats. Even if you don't hear, you don't necessarily have to hear them. So I can go to just a melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and the 2E and the 3 and the 4E and we can just add vocal. 1E and the 2E and the 3 and the 4E and the 1E and the 2E and the 3 and the 4E and the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, right? So kind of that's the most important message here is that you don't have to hear all of the sounds super obvious. They are there. You don't have to hear always super strong one like right here on this boom, right? This crash on one. But it's always there anyway. So beat puts us together. Beat puts all the music like it's like this flower when you make cookies. I don't know why I use this analogy. Something which holds everything in one piece. So now we have all the information we need. We know what is beat, we know what is measure, we know how to count till 8, we know straight what is 1, we know what's phrasing, and we can divide our beats into half and quarter beat, and we can distinguish them. Yes, we can just distinguish them. That's a good word. So, all right, I hope that makes sense. And you guys understand it. Remember that you have to practice it. Remember that doesn't matter how many words I use, how intellectually you understand it, you have to experience that. You have to be able to feel it. You have to be this. You have to be this music. You have to move to this music and allow this music to move your body, okay? And believe me, it's a beautiful experience to be able to dance to music. And of course, at first it's going to be, you will be super conscious about that. It's totally normal if you will feel like, oh my gosh, now this information is overwhelming me. It's okay, just give it a time. It will be second nature. When you will allow music to move you, this task of musicality will kind of go into subconscious mind, but it requires time. So like, remember to play with the rhythm. When you're learning musicality, you need to play. You cannot be super rigid and tense. You need to relax and you have to play with this like a child. That's when kids learning musicality, they don't understand any of this. They just play with the music. They having fun. So basically, as an adult, when we learn this, we have to probably use our rational mind, but remember, this is not super important. You need to experience beats and then trust that music will lead you and everything's gonna be great, okay? All right, guys, I cannot wait to do the next video where we're actually going to break down the rhythmical patterns, okay? And we're gonna count cha-cha and yes, all right. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.